what is the favorite point of QSC?
Oh man, the power, the sound, the speakers are phenomenal, and I just brought a set like this. I mean, you know, you can't beat. I mean, a 3,000 watt amp in those things now, and I'm really happy with the sound that what comes out of these things. You know, and the mixing board is real easy. Touch screen, and you know, the price it don't cost that much. I don't think it costs that much. You know, well, other stuff, you know, it's like double the price, almost, and half the quality. This is great. I mean, you know, like I said, the sound quality. Sometimes when I turn this thing on, if I don't watch it, it scares me because when Victor plays, opens his bass up, this thing sounds better than his amps, you know. So you can actually use it for a bass rig. I think Daryl Jones used it for a bass rig. Yeah, I played with him, did a tour with him, and he had a QSC rig set up, you know, like two subs. I think he was using two 15s. I think they were 15s, and he had the 12s, like 2 or 3 12s on top, like 2 12s on top. But he said when he go out with the Stones, he used more cabinets, and he swears by it, you know.
Okay.
And that's what got me interested in it, you know. I mean, because I don't go to NAMM shows anymore. So, and the reason why I don't go to NAMM shows is because I don't get a chance to check out things I want to check out. You know, companies always invite me to come by the booth. I never make it because I'm too busy signing autographs or taking pictures. So, stop going.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. The K2 speaker, again, like I said, I mean, the sound of it is phenomenal. And I, you know, like the pair that I brought before I brought these, it was a wooden cabinet, and it was like 2,000 watts. You know, and that sounded, I was really impressed with that sound. But then when I brought the K2, man, I'm like, you know, I'm ecstatic. You know, I got more watts, 1,000 more watts, and the sound it's ridiculous. You know, it handles everything that comes through it. I just recently brought some 10s, a set of 10s. Yeah. Yeah. The difference between the K12 and the K2, the K12 is less wattage. The sound is not as strong. This set here, you know, the amp is 1,000 more watts for number one, with the cabinet made out of different material. It gives it a warmer sound. I think it's a warmer sound, and it's a bigger sound. Yeah.
So your favorite sound is a warmer and a bigger sound?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, that's what drummers like. They like warmer sound, big sound. A sound or a speaker that can pretty much handle anything you throw at it. You know, for me, that's a decent speaker. You know, or should I say that's a good speaker. And QSC speakers, you can throw anything at it, and it handles. I haven't heard not too many people say anything bad about QSC. You know, the other companies, you know, they say weird things. They have problems. The amps blow up. You know, the speakers blow up. You know, but I haven't heard anybody complain about QSC. You know, that's another reason why I chose QSC, because I don't like problems. And I you know, when you're on the road, you want the stuff to work, and you don't need it to go, you know, for it to go down, and then you try to find another way of getting, you know, speakers sent out to you. And I've been using this for a while, and I've been using the speaker setup almost a year now, I believe, or maybe a little less than a year. Not the subwoofer though. I just had the 10 or the 12s. I was using the 12s at first. I just started using the subwoofer not long ago. And I wish I had done it a long time ago. You know, it's funny. I have a set. I got the old set at home. The model before this. It's in my basement, you know, in my home. And when I turn it on, the dishes that's in the cabinet, sometimes I forget to turn the volume down. And I'll turn it up, and the volume is way up. And the dishes like shake. Some dishes like shake and come out of the cabinet, you know, just by turning it on. Scares the crap out of my wife. What is my secret playing cross stickings?
Yes.
It's no secret. You have to practice. But when I used to practice on pillows. Never on the drums until later, but on pillows, because pillows have no rebound. So when you strike the pillow, you have to pull the stick out of it. Pull the stick out of it. And you know, when you do that for a long period of time, trying to do it correctly, you break in muscles. You use muscles, different muscles that you normally don't use. And it's great for finger control. So, you know, you're trying to get this into speed on pillows. When you get back to a drum that's something that has rebound, now your hands are moving faster than your limbs can take them. So then you got to get used to like trying to get your hands to get around the drums quick, because your fingers, or your limbs, I'm sorry, to get your, you know, your limbs are, you got to get your limbs to move faster than your hands, you know, because your hands are moving really fast. Well, there's some power involved, yeah. There's some power involved. Power, it all depends on, you know, like how it all depends on the dynamics of, you know, in the music. You know, and if I got to hit the drum, like if I'm playing funk music, then, you know, that's a little bit more dynamic involved. Well, it's more power involved. Because if you're giving up a backbeat groove, you know, you got to really hit the snare drum, really hit the drums. Careful point is like not to step on the soloist. And leave spaces for somebody else to play, not to get in their way. You know, for me, that's being careful. Careful points. I mean, because you know, like today's drummers, a lot of young drummers, they're really busy now, play a lot of things, and if a singer is singing, the audience normally look at the singer, you know, because she's the leading point or the focus point. But if you got a drummer back here soloing, you know, they look at the singer and they're looking back to see what the drummer's doing. So you know, you take away from the singer, you take away from the music. That's getting in the way. So I have to be very careful sometimes. You know, well, I don't have to be careful because I've been doing this too long now. But there, you know, every now and then, you know, like when I played with Santana for the first time, and we had two percussionists in the band, two great percussionists. And we had to find a way to play with each other. So I had to be very careful not to get in their way, but because they were doing the same thing with me. They were being very careful not to get in my way when I need to do things. So it's just a matter of like, you know, keeping your ears open and listening the whole time, you know. A lot of companies, you know, all drum companies are making decent drums right now. The reason for me with Pearl, that I play Pearl, because I love the sound of the drums. And you know, I was explaining this upstairs.
Yes.
You know, if I just take that lug, if I turn it there, you hear the difference. Where other drums, you normally have to do more turning to get the pitch to come up. But if I take this, you know, it's less work I have to put into tuning these things. But yeah, I mean, you know, again, with me, the sound it's got to be right, you know. And I don't believe in, you know, like having a kit where, you know, if you're playing funk, then you got to have you know, like go to a company to make a funk kit, make the best funk kit. Or if you're playing jazz, then you got to go to a company that makes, you know, that sells or have the best sounding jazz kit. My drums have got to be versatile because I'm a versatile kind of guy musically. So one minute I'm playing jazz, next minute I'm playing funk, next minute I'm playing with Santana, which I'm not playing with anymore. But still, I get calls to do those kind of things. And I'm still doing a lot of recording too, so I need a drum kit that handles all of that. And Pearl handles all of that. Yeah. And, you know, and also, I'll tell you something else. From day one with me with Pearl, I noticed, you know, with other drum companies, well, some drum companies, I can't name them, but if you hit the drum like this, you're sitting behind it, right? I can hear it. The room, everybody in the room can hear it. Other drum companies, or certain drum companies, you're sitting behind it, you hit it, you can't hear it. Only the people in the room can hear it. Because the sound of some companies, their drums, the sound goes straight out. They don't come back. So for me, and for me, that means in order for me to hear it, I have to hit them harder, you know, more work into playing. I'm like, no, I don't like to put in a lot of work into playing drums. Playing drums shouldn't be that hard, you know. Getting a sound shouldn't be that hard. Yeah. That's a aluminum shell. Dennis Chambers, 12 lugs on the top and 10 on the bottom, I believe. It's made out of aluminum, like I said, and it's got a nice little sound to it. Take this off. You can really hear it. And that's the other thing about when I play. If you notice, I'm sitting here and I'm not even hitting the drum that hard, but a big sound comes out. The reason for that is because I play 50% rim and 50% drum head. Same thing with the tom. So when I'm playing with the bands, you know, if you get your eyes closed, you think I'm doing this. Yeah. But I'm like down here, you know. And I use little tiny sticks. So people would like, other drummers, they get a little weird. They're trying to figure out like, how do I get a big sound out of these little sticks? Well, it's not the stick, it's how you hit the drum. That's how you get the sound. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.